So when does a carrier incur detention? So detention occurs when a truck is not being loaded or unloaded on time. Detention pay typically starts after 2 hours of check-in to the shipper or receiver. So if a truck is not loaded or unloaded within 2 hours, the carrier starts to incur detention pay. So here's the steps to obtaining detention. So when detention happens, what happens is a driver will call you to notify you that he's been sitting at a shipper and receiver for more than an hour. And what you'll do next is you'll read the rate confirmation for any special notes when it comes to detention with that specific broker which you booked the load with. So some brokers will require the driver to call a specific number to notify them about detention prior to it starting. But the typical detention pay can be anywhere from $25 an hour to $50 an hour. So you want to ask the broker when you call them to notify them about potential detention hours. So step 1 is to notify the broker about the delay at the shipper or receiver, and you'll have to let them know that the driver is going to start incurring detention hours. So you want to call and email the broker prior to incurring detention hours. At this time, you can ask the broker how much they are paying for detention. And what this is going to do is it's going to make the broker, put a fire behind his back so that he can start making things happen, and he'll call out the shipper and the receivers, or he'll call his customer and tell them that they're taking too long and we're going to have to pay this driver more money. And hopefully that can kind of get that process moving so that your driver can get loaded or unloaded quicker. But if that doesn't help, at the 2-hour mark is when your driver will start incurring that detention hours. So you'll call and email the broker and notify them that detention time has started. So after the driver is loaded or unloaded, you'll notify the broker of the checkout time and the total number of detention hours incurred. So you'll ask your driver to send you the proof of delivery with the written check-in and check-out times, and preferably with a signature from the shipper or receiver. And then you'll send the broker the BOL or the POD with the check-in and check-out times and a request for a revised rate confirmation with the added detention. So for example, if your driver has been at a shipper for 6 hours, you'll subtract 2 hours from that 6-hour period and you'll get 4 hours of detention. So if your driver has incurred 4 hours of detention and the pay is $50 an hour, then your driver should get $200 for sitting for 4 hours, assuming that it's $50 an hour for detention pay. So you want to follow up with brokers to obtain the revised rate confirmation with the added detention. Sometimes the brokers will drag their feet and delay paying the detention. They'll say things like, I have to get it approved from my customer, things like that. So you want to make sure you follow up with them consistently. So let me show you a quick, simple conversation with a broker regarding detention. So here's a quick email thread of the conversations that we had with a broker for one of our clients who got stuck at the shipper and they just took forever to load him. So as you can see here, we'll just emailed the broker. We said, hey, our driver got loaded pretty late yesterday. We're looking for detention on the shipper side. Also, his ETA for the drop due to the late loading time is now 4 p.m. And then we've listed the times. We said he got loaded at 10:45 p.m. He checked in at 4:30 p.m. And then we said, can you work on detention for us? So the broker then responded. She said, yes, I can do that for you. Our detention policy is $40 an hour after 3 hours after the pickup. Is it possible for you to send me the BOL with the in and out times from the shipper? And here we just said, yeah, I'll get that to you once the driver is stopped somewhere. Right now our priority is to get it delivered today. So our driver was en route to deliver the load. So he had not sent us the paperwork yet with that detention times on the bill of lading. But once he was stopped, he sent it to us, and then we sent the broker that bill of lading with the in and out times, showing these times which we stated up here. And once the broker had that bill of lading with the times, she went ahead and sent us a revised rate confirmation with the detention amount added. And from that point, we just emailed that rate confirmation to the carrier, and the carrier was very satisfied.